Hey guys, hope you're doing well and good. Alright, for today's content, we're going to be talking about the next Ray Kroc. Alright, how can I help you? That is what we are going to be talking about. Now, I believe that everyone knows, or if you do not know, right, who Ray Kroc is. He is the founder of McDonald's, right? Technically or legally, he is not the he is the founder, but then he wasn't the first person to start McDonald's. So there were brothers who started McDonald's, who has established a few restaurants, but then to expand the business, or say the model of the business, Ray Kroc was the first person to join the team, and then from there onward he took over. He bought the McDonald's and he expanded the business all across the world. So the positions of McDonald's, the positions of Ray Kroc, it can be you today. The reason why, because here's what you have to understand is all small business, they need a lot of resource. One of the resource is to expand their business, right? To grow their business. So as we have discussed earlier in the past content about building a brand, how your brand must be aligned with your passion and all those things, right? So if you have understood those concepts really well, right, you have jotted down, you have wrote down how you want to lead your business or your brand business, right? And let's say, for example, now if you understand all those concepts, but you do not really want to start your own brand and you do not want to build your own brand, there is a way you still can be a part of a brand and then build that brand as yours. So how it's gonna work is just use the same concept, the formula of how Ray Kroc used for McDonald's, right? So I'm gonna share with you some points here. What are the things, the benefit, the good and the bad, so let's get into this understanding that every business, especially like medium scale business or small scale business, they always need some leaders or some people who have the experience to expand the business, right? Probably most of the time what happens is that if the business is less than $1 million, right, revenue, they do not have those guys who would be able to expand the business. Basically, probably they may have a CEO, but the CEO is in the business, not on the business, and especially like small brand, right? So if you ever come across, or if you know that there is a company, there is a restaurant, there is a brand that has establishment, for example, a restaurant or a coffee bar or a coffee store or anything related with pastry, bakeries, or say a juice bar, bubble tea, and all those things. If you have come across and you see that they have 1 or 2 locations and they couldn't expand and they were not expanding from the past 3 years to 5 years, then those are something that you might want to get into it, because this business need to expand. They need somebody to expand the business, right? Here's one of the things that most people do not take this action, because as we mentioned, the owner are kind of busy in the business, right? And to hire someone else as a CEO or marketing, chief executive marketing, if not, then to hire a consultant or to agency, it costs them a lot, right? And one of the things is that if they do pay those person or those people or those agency, those businesses, right, to expand their business, probably it is not even guaranteed that they're gonna be succeeding or they will be able to expand the business, because what they will be able to do is take the brand, help them out according to what the owner wants. But that is not something most of the mid-size scale business or the small business do not want to do it. So instead, what they want to do is they do want to bring in somebody, or they will always look for somebody who have the same mindset as the business owner. So let's say, for example, this is the business owner who started the business, was building his brand, and has been in the business for, let's say, 2 to 3 years, and has more than 3 or 4 locations, right? Now, this guy is busy in this 3 or 4 location. The only reason probably not able to expand beyond 3 to 4 location is because probably they are too busy. But if you can be the same owner mindset person, help them out, not in the business, but on the business, and help them out to scale their business, expand their business, right? That's where you will be in demand. Here's the thing, that you don't even have to ask for, what do you call it, the upfront payments or any salary, any wages or anything when you are trying to build or help this business owner. So the question is, how will you get into these terms? That's the reason why we have this in the title. How can I help you? This is what you need to tell to the business owner. How can I help you? You know, that's when they will be able to tell you, share you, and pour you out all the things of the business, and you will be able to grasp those ideas to expand their business according to how they want this business to be in the market, right? So that's how you will be able to structure it. It's going to be taking some time, but one of the things is that if you really build it well, you are actually going to be build existing brand in the market. People are aware of it, people recognize it, people see it, people have a review about it, the good and the bad of those things, right? But then you are actually taking over of that business brand from 30%. So now what you have to do is work on the rest of the probably 70%, or say if you want to go by 20/80, you just have to take care of the 80%, right? Here's how you do it. So most of the time, whenever you try to sell a product, what do you do, right? What you do is you create a lead page and all those. You start marketing, you start selling every product to the businesses, right? That's what you do, correct? And that's what most of the business does. So what if you can be part of this marketing channel, right? So let's say you try to invest on this business, right? Instead of creating your brand from scratch, how about taking this brand which is already established, you have a review, you have a feedback, you have a personal, interactions of the brand itself. So it means that you have more of a positive resource, or say sufficient amount of a resource to take this brand to the next level. So in your case, what you are going to be doing is investing how Ray Kroc invests on McDonald's. So he didn't take a salary or anything, but he was just taking commissions on those franchisee fees. At the same time, he was taking the royalties on each sales, which is about, like, I think 1% or 5.5%, which is 0.5% on each business sales. So very similar to that, you can also do that. One of the things that you have to understand is that draft your terms, how you're going to be working for them. Because if you can help me in my business without me paying you upfront, of course I will want you to be in my business partner, because I want you to be equally working at the same time. It's just a mutual contributions, you know, that I'm going to do this part and I'm going to be doing this part. This is your investment and I'm going to be doing this investment. So your investment is going to be the marketing part and sell their brand. Look for any new franchises. You look for any new business entrepreneurs who would like to sell their brand or start their brand and you know, expand their business. So that's how franchising work. That's how brand licensing work, right? So instead of somebody, because most of the time people will not go and say, hey man, would you be interested to sell me your brand? I want to start, you know, a restaurant in your business name. Probably may not happen, but here's what you can do is that you have the permissions, the authority, the license to sell this guy's brand to other people. So you become the middleman and then try marketing to the people, saying that we have this brand, this being the business, this product review, and these are the specialty of the brand. And if you would like to sell buy this franchising business model, you can start up today with already reputed recognitions in the market. So that is something that you can do, right? So your terms has to come up with few things. So yeah, understand this. The business itself is already set up, right? So which means that you just have to help them in expanding the brand recognition, right? And also once you expand the business, that means that you will be able to generate more revenue in terms of royalty for the owner, right? So what happened here is that when you expand this franchisee fees, the business, you will want to model as a franchise business or as a licensing business, brand licensing business. So in what happened here is that most of the time the owner will, the real brand owner, the restaurant owner, because he is selling his license or brand or franchisee, you might want to just take you know, initial license fees or the franchisee fees, a commission, maybe 15%, 20%. Most of the franchises, business owner, they will be willing to give you 50% as well if it does really, really well. Good job, right? So some business franchisee fees is about like 50,000. Some franchisee fees are about like 25,000. So think about it. If you can expand 3 business in a month, right? 3 leads in a month, and try to talk to the people who, there's a lot of entrepreneurs, you will be able to, you know, interact with them. That's a reason you got to build your community to who you can sell it, network with the people who would want to buy existing brand and business, right? So once you sell those things, you will be able to make easily about like 30 to 50,000 a month. That's a very good way to. So instead of my suggestion sometimes is that if you are not interested or if you're not aware of how to, you know, invest your money in the stocks or any bonds, try to invest on somebody's business. How do you invest? Not by just putting more money in their business, but instead become the agent and invest their brand, start marketing. Investment means you are trying to put your money in this brand and market this brand to the people, right? That's going to be your investment. So if you're going to be serious, then you know it that you are spending your own money, but the return that you're going to get is going to be much more worth than what you're going to be getting from the franchisee fees and the royalty fees as well. So there's 2 key things that you will be able to make the money out of it. The one would be the licensing fees, initial licensing fees, which is, for example, Papa John's, I believe they charge about $7,000 for licensing fees. And if you go for like a basic Pokeball bar or coffee licenses fees, franchisee fees, those are about, sometimes it goes to $1 million as well, or sometimes it comes up to 50,000 to, the baseline is usually 35,000. So think about it, how much you can make it if you agree with the owner to get a 50% on it. So think in this way. So you have come up with your plan, right? And you have license fees, about licensing fees. The initial licensing fees is about 10,000, right? And then if not, then if you want to go with a franchise model, you are making you are asking the new franchise to pay the franchisee fee for 10,000. Now you agreed on that initial payment 50% as your commission, right? So you're making, if you sell it, you're making 5,000. Now to market those product or those brand to license to the people, how much it probably costs you? Maybe $1,000 or maybe $500 if you're smart enough. You don't even need money because you're just going to be talking to your friends. Hey, I got this brand which is already established and they are willing to expand this business. Or would you like to take this opportunity and start your own business just using their brand? But here's what's going to happen here is that they want to go with a franchise model. So you become the franchisee, you buy the products and all those labels and services, standard operations manuals, and all those recipes from them. They're going to be providing it to you. So for that, you have to come up with your initial franchisee fee or the licenses fees, right? So once you negotiate with your buyer, you still make the half of the percent. But then here's the second part. The good part is that if you can also negotiate with the owner that each business that you open, you want about 0.5%, right? It's like not even 1%, 0.5%, or 1/4%. That's fair enough because it looks a small number. But what happened here is that if you expand, say, about 10 stores, about 20 stores, or looking this way, if you even expand 10 stores and each of these stores under you, right? If it got expand, you are going to get 50% on each 10 stores as the licensing fees or the franchising fees. Also, you are going to be getting 0.25 or 0.50% on each sales of what the gross sales, the net sales, or whatever, how you want to draft your terms, right? From all those things for the next maybe 5 years, 10 years. So that is how I would suggest you to, if you want to be kind of start your business, but you do not want to build your brand from scratch, you can always buy or negotiate. It's not about buying, it's just putting a term with another business owner, medium size or small scale business, if you see they have a good review, they have a good product list, and it's easy to work around, and also people are aware of this product, people recognize the product, and all those things, good things, right? So when you have a sufficient resource to expand this particular brand and business, that's where you're going to take part and help this business owner. At the same time, what happened here is that you are building a brand which you are passionate about. For example, let's say if you like to be in a pizza business, right? And let's say your name is Mark, right? Instead of building Mark Pizza business from scratch, buying inventories, doing all this renting, license business, everything, that's going to be too stressful for you. So how about, let's say there is another, for example, let's talk about Anthony Pizza, right? There's Anthony Pizzas already there, but let's say if you like Anthony Pizzas and you are kind of passionate about their food and all those things, talk to the owner, right? Hey man, I want to sell your product, I want to help you out on expanding your business. I'll take all the responsibility, but here's a term I want to set with you. Do you want to go with the licensing brand, or do you want to go with franchisee branding? So in a franchisee branding, selling, you can just always go with, say for example, McDonald's, if not any brand, right? Subways, Papa John's, all those, not Papa John's, some other brand, which is in a franchise model. Papa John's is a franchise model too. But here's other concept of Papa John is as well, is that they do license. So which means they do not take the responsibility of recruiting the new franchisee, but somebody else will recruit the franchisee, but instead of them operating, that guy has to take the responsibility, but Papa John's takes I think $7,000 for licensing fees, and Papa John's supplies to them. So Papa John's is still making the money from the inventory, whatever they are selling to the next franchisee, but also they are making the royalty, I think 7% per product. Also, the initial investment on the initial licensing fees. That's how they do it, right? So very simple way. Let's say you have a Papa John's brand that you are very interested with because it's a pizza, you like pizzas, right? So you want to sell this Papa John's brand. So what you have to do is, Papa John's has two options. One, either you sell the license or you sell the franchise business model, because they have this two concept, right? So this is what you want to do it. So down the line, you want to come up with this. You don't even have to worry about the product because it's already built. You don't even have to worry about the business model because it's already built. And you don't want to even have to worry about the program, which is the standard operation manual, the recipe books, and the training and all those things, because it's already built by this business owner. At the end, what you are doing is you become just a salesman and the marketing person to expand their business. And what you do is that instead of you starting putting 10 to 20, 30,000 in your own scratch business, right, from the basic business, you want to expand it, so you do not know what's going to be the next, stage of your business. So why don't you not take part in this business, invest 20 to 30,000 in marketing and expand their business, ask for 50% on the initial licensing fees or the franchising fees. At the same time, in each sales, if this business owner is taking about like 5 to 7% on the royalty of their product sale, ask them, you want to take 1% to 1.1% to or 0.5% or 0.25% on each store's gross sales or net sales, however you want to conclude that one, right? So this is a quick idea that how you can come up with same concept, same strategy, and same program, same brand, and same market people, right? So you can be the next Ray Kroc if you wanted to. So think in a logical way, right? Because there is nothing new that you have to start from scratch. Everybody loves their own identity, but it's not about loving your own identity. It's not about original things, right? It's not about you want to be the kind of a person who wants to do the same thing. Well, actually, in this world, nothing is new anymore. Like I have mentioned in the previous video, there are less innovators these days because the market is more moving toward technologies, experiment results, and also there's a lot of fusions foods in the market. So if you want to take part for your business growth, you don't necessarily have to be an agency, or if you want to be in an agency, it's up to your preference, right? But at the end, the opportunity is you can be the next Ray Kroc, sell other people brand, expand their brand. So when you are selling other people's brand, it becomes your brand because you're investing on it, because you already make the terms with this business owner. I hope this kind of this is like very summary notes, but if you want to go in deep, please do ask me questions on your in the comment sections. I'll be happy to answer you. And if you would like to shoot me a mail, send me an email at sameheir.com, where I'll be able to kind of interact with you deeply about how these things gonna work out. I don't want to conduct this as a training course. It is actually I can't do it as a training course. But one other thing is that I don't want to charge you guys, I don't want to charge you guys for knowledge, because this is something that God has blessed to me and I have experienced these things, and I want to share with you, because back in the days I always need somebody, because I never used to have this money to go and train or attend the classes and all those things, but I always want for somebody to mentor me. But here's what I want to offer to you is that at your initial stage, I want to offer you for free knowledge, free experience, free skills, right? That's what I want to do, because later on, once you learn these concepts from my end, you will be able to invest, because you don't necessarily have to invest on, with me, right? Or if you wanted to, you can, right? The options is always open for you. But what I'm trying to tell you is that for the first few stages, I want to help you out without spending any money, but just to grasp the concepts, how you want to create the momentum for your business or your brand or whatever the plan, the strategy that you have it. All the thing that I want is for you to succeed without spending a lot of stress, time, resource, and money. I hope this content is going to be helpful for you. If you do have questions, please do share your comments, feedback, suggestions, and I'm always happy to answer you as much as I can. Alright guys, if you like this video, please do share with your friends and folks, and let's expand the business opportunity to the world. It's free, right? Until next video, you guys have a good day.